As I've said in the previous video, that I'll be using Google Collaboratory. So I'll try to set up the Google Collab. So let me just add the notes. So today we are just talking about what I've discussed in the previous video. We're talking about the list, the key features of a list, and methods in a list. So this is how a Google Colab looks like. And here I can use to add links. So let's also working with a list. So we've explained previously that a list in Python is a collection that allows you to store multiple items in a single variable. So the major difference between you assigning one item to a variable, let me take an example, say name. So if you want to create a list, if you'll be creating a list, we assign just a variable to an item here, which is name, which is a variable, then extra, which is an item. A list can be anything. But in the previous video, I used fruits. I used fruits as, so we use the brace to denote a list, because we're still going to talk about what a tuple and a dictionary is. They are form of a list, but you have to write them in another way and put them in different brackets. So we started example of apple, cherry, apple, banana, cherry, then we can just put, let's take date here. So with this, we're going to run this. The major difference of assigning a variable and creating a list is just putting them in the bracket, so that the Python will know that this fruit is a variable. You are storing all this form of fruit. So if we should call this now, if we should call the type what fruit is, then see, it's showing us we have a list. So in this case, the fruit is a list which contains apple, banana, cherry, and date. So this moves us to what operations we can perform with the list. That's where we learn the key features of what a list is. So one, it is in order. It's not about being alphabetical order this time around. It's about being in order, because apple followed by banana, followed by cherry, followed by date. So item in the list, you can access them in their position, which is also known as index. So then the indexing, which we are still going to talk about, we have 4 items in the fruit. But in Python, indexing starts from 0, which means we have 0, 1, 2, and 3. So apple is 0, banana is 1, cherry is 2, date is 3. It is mutable. You can change it. If you don't want apple and if you want grape and you don't want apple, you can always change where apple is and put grape. You can insert or just remove apple completely and insert grape. So we talk about accessing items in a list. So this is where index comes in. This is where index comes in. So now you want to print apple alone. You don't want banana, cherry, date. So what you can do is to call out app from the list. And you do that through the indexing, knowing the address of what you want to call out, the items you want to call out in the list. Now as I've explained earlier, apple is in position 0, banana 1, cherry 2, date 3, and so on. If you have 100 items in a list, it means that you're having 0 to 99. If you have 50, it means you have 0 to 49. That's how it is in Python. So now they say print to call it out. Let's not forget to say print fruits. Fruits, then we know what we want to call is in position 0. So you need to have the bracket. So you know that okay, you want to call what is inside the list. So if you say position 0, see apple. Also, you want to call out the second item. You can say print fruit. Then just call out banana. And so, like, if you want cherry, just put 2. If you want date, put the third one. So, apart from accessing items inside the list, you can also you can also add items. Add items. So the list. This you can use append or insert. I'm using append, using append or insert function. Okay, so if you need to add orange or any other thing to the fruit, so you say fruits, then append, let's append orange, then I'm sorry, I forgot to put in quote, my bad. So orange has been appended. If you should call fruits, if you should call out fruits, see apple, banana, cherry, dates, orange. Then let's use the insert function. Note, if you append fruits, if you use append function, append adds to the back of the list, to the end of the list. Like you want to, you're making a list, then you want to add to it. But if you use insert function, let me do it then you able to. Using insert, it means you want to change a position of, you want to change a position, you want to change an object in the list. So you need to state the position you want the item you want to add to be. So now I want it to be on the index 1, which means the banana. Then let me say blueberry. Blueberry. This is going to go on error. I still did not define it as a string. It has to be a string. So now I am telling Python to insert blueberry into the item at index 1, which is banana. I don't want banana there, I want blueberry. So when we run this, so we call out the print fruits. So you see that now it's moved up blueberry to the position where banana was. So now apple is 0, blueberry is 1, banana is 2, cherry, date, and orange. So that's the difference between using append and using insert. Insert means you want to input it in a position which you have to state. But append will just add the item you've stated to the last position inside the list. So on another operation that we can do on item, on list, we can remove items. So we said adding items to the list, accessing items in the list, and also remove. You can add and you can remove. So removing items from the list. So with this, you can also use, we are using the remove function or the pop function. So these two, they're almost same thing, but it's just the way you write them. So we have fruit. Let me just waste time. This has given an idea. So we have the fruit. We are telling Python to remove cherry. So by the time we run this, it has been removed. Then if we should call out our fruit, if we should call out our fruit, can you see cherry has been removed? This removes cherry completely. Or using the pop function with remove, you have to just call out the item name when you want to remove. But in pop, using pop, let me say fruit, fruit dot pop. When you use pop, you have to state the index, the position you want to remove, you want to delete out of the list. So now we have apple, blueberry. Okay, let me just remove blueberry. You know, blueberry is at position one, is at index one. So by the time we do that, and call out brains, can you see blueberry has been popped out of the list? So other thing you can do is to update items. You can also update your items in the list. It's more or less like adding or switching. Okay, let me say you updating items in the list. So updating, we've talked about insert, we've talked about remove. Insert we just put in add item, remove we delete and pop out what you don't need in items in the list that you don't need. But when you update, it means you want to change. It means you want to change what is in that position, what is in the list. Now, let me say I want to change blueberry. Now, I'm not moving blueberry to another position. I want to change it completely. So what I'll just do is fruit. Then, blueberry is at position one. So then I'm reassigning what is in position one to, let me say, Lab has given me an idea, kiwi. So why not go with that? So if you say kiwi, then you run that. If we should call out our fruits, if we should call out our fruits, our blueberry was popped, banana was replaced with kiwi. So you can call out items, you can itemize it, you can add to the items in the list, you can remove item in the list, then you can update items. Updating items means just changing what is in a position. We want to change it to another thing entirely. So that's just it. Let's through one more update. Then let's say I want to change orange to grape. We know that orange is at position 3, even though it's the fourth item in the list. So we have fruits position 3. Then we want to assign that to grape. Grape. So by the time we call out our fruits, let's print it out. Print. See, our orange has been changed to grape. So there's also about slicing. Slicing, this is what we use when we want to work slicing lists. When you want to work with a part of a list. Okay, now we have a list here which is fruits. Then we just want to work with apple and kiwi and date. We want grape out of it. So one thing about lists is that if you call out the first index you put, or we exclude the last index. Let's do this. So if I say print fruits, this is 0, then if it's to what, you have to put a colon so as to indicate, okay, this is what from here to here, from this position to this position is what I want you to print in the list. So what we'll do is, let me say 3. Index 3 is grape. You have 0, 1, 2, 3. Index 3 is grape. Watch this when I run it. It's giving me the first index, which is 0, and the first index, which is index 0, the second, which is index 1, date index 2, then the third index here, which is green, was excluded. So if I need to call out everything inside this list called fruit, I can do it in two ways. One, I can do, okay, is calling out all items in the list. So it's in two ways. Sometimes it might be working with thousands and thousands of items in a list which you don't even know the end. Or you can just do a quick one. It's just this empty cell, which means you are telling Python to call out from the beginning to the end of the list. So if I do this, it's doing this. But if the end is known and you're sure of what you want to do, you can still, like our short lists I'm using as an illustration. So what you can just do this. So we have our index 0 to 3. But as I've stated earlier that 3 will not be included in the list. So I just added 1, which is an empty space. So if I should run this, now we have our apple, kiwi, date, and grape. So calling out the list, you have to, like, if you want it to the end, you have to add +1, so you'll be able to get it. Or better still, just use this empty cell to call out all the content in your list. So this moves us to the common list method, the useful method. Right, so yeah, common list methods. So some of we have the len function. As I stated in the video earlier, the len is just letting us know the length of, so len, then another bracket include of the name of your variable. So now we're stating that we have 4 items in the list. So this is one method to know, okay, you're given a file that contains list, then you want to know the amount of items you have in your list, so you know what you want to work with. All you have to do is just use the len function, just to know the length. The len will tell you the amount of items inside your list. It won't use the index now. It will count it out one after the other. Indexing, this is 0 to 3, but in just normal counting, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's one method. Then we have number 2. We have the sort. You can sort out the list. You can sort using sort function. So this is going to arrange your items in the list in ascending order. It will arrange it in ascending order. That's just what sort is. There is sort, there is sorted. We talk more about that, but this is just a default. And when you do this, sorry, take no position of argument. Sorry, my bad. So let me call out. Can you see that? The sort function has arranged this permanently, like permanently ascending order. So we have the apple, date, grape, and kiwi. The previous, what we call out, when we call that, we have our apple, we have our kiwi, we have date, and we have grape. But now, just arrange it in an ascending order. And I want to try this. There is reverse. There is reverse. So I want to see if, so this is to reverse the order. This is to reverse it. So let's say for each, this is just for each reverse. Okay, so print. So now this arranged in descending. This arranged in descending order. So if you should print out our fruit, now it will be coming up descending because these are just a permanent way of sorting out list. So one of the real life example you can make use of list. So I'm just trying to think of what you can use. So in real world scenario, so let's just imagine a student keeping track of his or her weekly tasks. So now we say, let's say real world scenario. scenario. So let's say, okay, the student is keeping track of all the tasks he or she is to do in the week or during the course of the week. So, you know, maybe read, Python book, read Python textbook. Okay, so after that, maybe you can give an assignment, complete, complete an assignment, make an assignment. Okay, we have submit the project. Like, so, okay, let's just stop here. So now, this is just the task the student starts with for the week. Then, oh, we're like, oh, I need to add this. So, adding, when you want to add a new task, oh, oh, yeah, we need to practice coding. There is this operation that is going on. I need to work on maybe, okay, multiplication. I want to try out multiplication table, programming a multiplication table in Python, maybe using Google Lab or Jupyter. So, be like, okay, let me just add task. Oh, let me just add to his own task. So, you can say, you can add using append or insert. But you really don't want to miss the other hop. You can just say, okay, let me just add to the head. Let's say practice. Let's say practice coding. Practice coding. This is missing here. So then that is added. That's been added. So if you call out tax, if you call out our tax now, can you see practice coding? Okay, now like, oh, at least I'm done with, I'm completed my assignments. I need to just remove it out of the tax. So you can say tax, complete assignment. So now all you want to do is you want to tick out the items that you've performed, the work you've done. So now you've the student is done with the assignment, so you can just remove it or pop it. So now, oh sorry, my bad. Tax. Now you should call out tax. So in Python textbook, submit project, practice coding. Now the student is done with an assignment. So you can always add, you can remove, you can append, you can pop, then you can change. That's updating. You can update the items. Like now, okay, submit a project now. Then another project comes up. You know that definitely you can just remove submit a project and update submit a project or submitting projects. So so the major thing is list makes organizing and updating your tasks super easy. So that is it. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Python tutorials. Also, leave a comment with your favorite use case or list. So see you in the next video.